What is up, my friends? Gary Gilgan here with the Daily Crypto. Been a couple of days since I made a video. I was actually at a 7-day retreat in Northern California, so I didn't really have access to a phone or a camera, really the crypto market. So very exciting stuff, though. As we can see, it just keeps on growing. The top 10 just keep on growing. The current market cap of all crypto is currently sitting at $172 billion. We are up almost $100 billion in just the past 4 months. Up $100 billion. So very, very exciting stuff. Today is August 31st, the last day of the month, 2017. Bitcoin's up 3.25%. Bitcoin Cash is up 4.75%. Ripple's up. Litecoin is up. Litecoin is really starting to take charge, really breaking into the 70s. NEM up 13%. The only one in the top 10 that's down right now is NEO. Some interesting news about NEO with China trying to regulate ICOs. I think it's really stifled NEO's growth. And China, the Asian market's probably one of the biggest markets in the crypto space. And earlier this year, China trying to regulate, trying to put its claws into this beast. It just doesn't work. We'll see how that goes. I think that, it's just going to contain more pressure. And then once we find a solution, which we always do in this space, centralized governments, centralized banks are going to try to regulate. They're going to try to strong arm. They're going to try to do what they will to try to regain control. But it just doesn't work with this type of technology. You cannot, I don't care how many tanks you have, I don't know how many guns you have, you're not going to stop nature. You're not going to stop a tsunami. And that's exactly what this is. This is a technological tsunami that's coming to change the world. And so very exciting stuff. Man, Bitcoin just knocking on the door of 5,000. Ethereum right back to where it was at its all-time high, hovering around that $400 mark. Man, just very, very exciting stuff. The big thing I want to talk to you guys about today, the first story, the big story since I've been back, is the Hurricane Harvey hitting Houston, absolutely devastating this city. And essentially, if we're talking about economics here, Houston is the energetic heart of America. We've got gasoline. We've got all these type of energy companies centralized in this city. And if you could see right here, look at this. You've got entire freeways flooded. This whole entire city is flooded. And we're a week in. We haven't even seen the economic impact that this is going to have on gasoline prices, food prices, energy as a whole. Just another boom, another big blow to the dollar, another big blow to the American economy, which is just going to drive more people into the crypto space. And that leads me to the next topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I just had it pulled up and I dropped it. Let's see, where was this? Right here. Bank of America, Merrill Lynch reported this week that investors had pulled $30 billion from the U.S. stock market over the last 10 weeks. And the latest week of outflows marks the 10th straight week of withdrawals, the longest in more than a decade. So you've got billions of dollars flowing out of the stock market. And where's it going? Well, I suspect it's going into crypto. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, the crypto market has grown nearly $100 billion since June. And now we have more. We have got one of the biggest banks in the US, Bank of America, saying billions of dollars flowing out consistently week after week after week, flowing out of the stock market. Where's it going? Well, my guess is that a certain percentage of it is going into cryptocurrency. And I predicted this. We are in the phase two. Phase two is where smart money is going to start flowing out of traditional vehicles like the stock market, and they're going to flood into the new investment vehicle, which is cryptocurrency. So we're going to start seeing, we already are seeing it, continual growth. There's going to be volatility, ups and downs, but the trajectory is to the moon, baby, to the moon. And what's happening in America? Fear, worry, propaganda, North Korea, war, terror, fear, fear, fear. But in the virtual digital world that I live in, it's freaking rainbows and unicorns, baby. What have we got? More information about, we've got Uber. Uber's doing a remarketing campaign. They've got a new CEO, and that CEO, let me pull it up. That CEO, very bullish, very supportive of cryptocurrency. Right here, Uber gets early Bitcoin advocate as the new CEO. Uber, multi-billion-dollar corporation. I mean, if they start advocating and supporting and spreading information about Bitcoin, paying your Uber driver in Bitcoin, it's just going to spread. Just going to spread the information. Remember, phase two is all about mass information, informing the masses about the new technology. So you've got companies like Uber who are going to start spreading the message for us. People are going to start rushing in. They're going to start seeing their account go up rather than their account go down. You know, if you've got $1,000 in your bank account, I guarantee that you're not getting a return on that money. You go out and you spend money on an Uber, your account's going to go negative. Whereas if you have a Coinbase account, if you have an Exodus account, if you have a Jax wallet, and you pay your Uber driver, well, guess what? By the time you get home, you might have made money. Your account may have grown. So again, this is big. This is big. The biggest transfer of wealth in human history is happening right now. And I'm telling you, I have phone calls every day, all day now. I just got off the phone earlier. Is people don't understand what's happening. They do not see a tsunami of money, of energy, because that's all money is. That's all the monetary system is just energy. And it's going to flow out of an old system, the fiat, debt, credit based system, and it's going to flow into this free system, this free market system. That's what always happens. That's what always happens throughout history, from Rome, Egypt, the Dark Ages, Europe, all the way up until colonial United States, the continental, the greenback. Governments try to create this fake money, and it always goes back to its intrinsic value, zero. And then the energy simply transfers into a new technology. And now we have cryptocurrency. It's all going to flow into there, guys. So just so much money. I don't even pay attention to this news until this morning when I actually looked this story up. I forgot about North Korea. I have had Houston on my mind. Very tragic. A lot of people man, I mean, we haven't even seen the toll. I just met with a doctor friend of mine this morning, and he was saying that he thinks that Houston will have 5 to 10 times the impact on the economy and on the population, 5 to 10 times that of Hurricane Katrina. So big things. This is a devastating blow to the United States economy. And it hasn't even hit. The shock wave hasn't even, its outflow has barely even scratched the surface. So we'll see what's going to happen. A lot of crazy things in the sky. Last week we had the total eclipse of the sun. Now we're going into a new phase. That's what eclipses are all about. Transitions, new phases, big new shifts. And then next month, September 23rd, we've got another very ominous day. Let's look that up real quick. There's another astrological date of when all of the planets are going to line up. Very interesting stuff. So if you are into crypto, which obviously you are if you're watching this, but there's another guy named Cliff High who has some software that scours the internet and gathers data, gathers linguistic patterns. And what he states in his little pamphlets or reports here is that this fall is going to be very significant. And there's a lot of significant things happening in time right now. As far as cycles ending, we're having the great jubilee of the Shemitah ending, which is the end of a 7-year cycle. 7 times 7, 49. So that cycle's now ending, which ended just around this total eclipse, which is now bringing us into this next astrological time. Let's see, September. Let me see the video I found that really showed all the planets are lining up. It's really interesting, this thing I saw. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right here, I think. Right here. So you just see all these planets are going to be lining up on September 23rd. Very ominous. And remember, a couple of videos ago when I was really talking about the Shemitah, every 7 years symbolically and even throughout time is that is a cleansing. You're supposed to cleanse all debts. You're supposed to start anew. And at the end of the Grand Jubilee, again, it's a reset of the system. And I can see, that there's one system it's coming to an end. And that is the fiat debt-based dollar system. It's coming to an end. It's imploding on itself. I mean, I don't know about you, but to me, it's just so crystal clear that this system, it cannot sustain. You cannot continue to print more and more money and think that it's going to sustain any sort of value. It's going to go to zero. And that's what's happening right now. And out of that, we see something growing, and that is cryptocurrency, a free market. And so I see with all the culminations of all of these cycles coming to an end, the Great Jubilee, the total eclipse, and this September 23rd, with the lining up of all of the planets, a lot of things coming to a head. So what's going to happen in America? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you right now, some crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. So get into crypto. The new store of value. What else do we got? So digital identification, pros and cons of de-anonymization. So being anonymous We live in a digital world where digital identities are ubiquitous. Nowadays, even national governments like Estonia, India, Japan joined the trend of digital identity verification. So creating these digital identities where, again, we're decentralizing power. Your social security, your birth certificate, those are certificates of ownership. And guess what? You do not own those pieces of paper. You may be in possession of them, but you do not own them. They are owned by the state. They are owned by the federal government. They are a claim check stating that you are owned by the state. You are owned by the government. And what we're seeing with this decentralizational trend is getting our power back, owning my own identity through these decentralized applications. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting. I mean, it's growing so much faster than even I was aware of. I thought that it was going to be, 12, 18 months till we started seeing the type of growth that we've been seeing just even since that hard fork of Bitcoin, the beginning of this month. So much has changed, so much going on. Bitcoin almost at 5,000. Countries like Russia really taking charge and adapting to this new technology rather than trying to regulate it. Even though Russia, there's also rumor that Russia is trying to regulate the purchase and ownership of cryptocurrency. At the end of the day, man, they're just clawing to hold on to any remaining power that they have over the masses. But I'm here to tell you guys, people are waking up, people are regaining their power, taking it back, making big strides towards freedom. Again, Uber, new CEO, big advocate of cryptocurrency. Very exciting stuff happening in this space. Just all over the place. Oh, first Bitcoin fuel pump. Plans Lightning support will be big for Litecoin. Just keep on preparing, guys. Big stuff. Big stuff around the bend. We're going to see how this story progresses with Houston, a tragic catastrophe that's happened. Just hearts go out to those people who've been affected by that storm. Man, it's just terrible. But everything is happening the way that it's supposed to move us into this new future, total abundance, getting out of scarcity, getting out of centralized governments, people telling each other what to do, how to live, what they can and cannot put in their body. That goes against freedom. That goes against liberty. When you have these governments telling you what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot put in your body. Because again, they're trying to protect their investment. We're all just sheep or cattle or numbers, a workforce that's coming to an end, guys. We've got technology moving us forward in a very positive direction. So I'm telling you, and I'm seeing more and more as we saw, people are taking their money out of the traditional system. They're flooding in. Telling you, this growth is going to just continue to blow up in this crypto space. So get in, be the smart money, change the legacy of your family. I'll see you guys on the next video.